Hello everyone. Hello Facebook. Hello Instagram. Welcome to Brahma Kumari's Miami Wednesday evening session. My name is Tej and I'll be your companion yet again. And together we will be exploring interesting topic. The topic is being a detached observer. But I was just thinking before we go into exploring this topic and thinking more about it, what do you guys think about taking a moment or just taking a minute or so to center ourselves to so that we can take the maximum benefit of this time we have together here. So let's just sit or whatever you're doing, just take a moment out of it for yourself. And what we can do is we can just focus on our breathing, just taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Again, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. And as I focus on my breathing, I just get this deep sense of relaxation and calmness in my mind. And in this state of mind, I would just ask myself, what is being a detached observer? What does it mean to be a detached observer? So I'm sure there must be things coming to your mind, some visuals, some words, some thoughts. Feel free to share. If you want, feel free to share here in our chat what comes to your mind when we say the word detached observer. I'll go ahead and share what I have learned over the years and what spirituality teaches us. So as you hear this word detached observer, there are two words here, right? And they are like the two aspects, which we are going to focus on. So the first aspect is detached. And last Wednesday we did talk about the power of detachment and what it means. And just going over it again, that detachment for me and what I've understood with spirituality and here at Brahma Kumaris is detachment from this, all the things associated with this human physical form of ours. So what Brahma Kumaris and teaches us and spirituality teaches us that we are much more than what we see, what we see in the mirror. And we're not just this body, the roles or the gender, the race, and our nationalities. We are much more than that. And what a spirituality says is we are this point of light, this being of light, the spirit, and it's located right here in the center of our forehead. So with this understanding, what happens is we feel lighter, we feel detached from all the associations which are with this physical body of mine, right? My roles, my gender, or any other associations, my likings, my dislike, my preferences. So this is the aspect of detachment. Now, what are we observing here, right? I'm sure that you all must be thinking that what are we going to observe? What do we have to observe? So just from that perspective, it is an awareness. It is just a state of mind that when we are at this point of light, how we see each and everything which we do. Now, I'm sure we all must have had this experience at some point in our life where we are just sitting somewhere, maybe in front of our window, or maybe at a beach, or somewhere, in nature, anywhere, and we just observe things. We just see things, and we see movements happening. We see people moving, right? They're talking. Like I love to go on the beach and sit there on sand and just observe, just see people what they are doing. Someone is in the water, the kids are playing in the sand, some families are laughing, joking, right? And at that moment, I don't feel I'm judging anybody, or I'm trying to come up with something, some inference about somebody, or guess something, but I'm just observing, just plain observing. There's a deep sense of calmness in that observation. And I'm sure every one of us have experienced that at some point in our life, right? So think about it. If we are able to add this being, or this point of light consciousness or state of mind to the observation which we do day in and day out, right? Every day, that's what we do. If we're able to add that state of mind to this observation of ours, how beautiful our life would be, right? So one of the things I've learned here in spirituality is that that we can see this life of ours as a movie, as a play, and we are an actor. We are a hero actor in this movie or play, and we are all playing our parts. My wife is playing her part, my parents are playing their part, and I'm playing my part. So if when we sit in the movie theater and we see a movie, right? We just appreciate what is going on, or if we don't like something, we just say that, right? Or we just observe things. We not necessarily are completely involved in it or engrossed in it, right? We do at times with emotions, but we are watching things as a third person, right? And the same thing, if we are able to think about it, if we are able to do that in our day-to-day life, what do you think the benefits are? And think about it, what benefits could be of that stage. So detached observer is that stage, where we are observing things as a third person, as even our own life, seeing our own life as as a play or a movie, and we all playing our parts beautifully. So one of the things which we feel, and I feel, is that the biggest advantage of this is that we are not driven by, we're not driven by emotions, first thing, and there's nothing wrong about it. But then what I'm coming at is that our emotions or our responses are not dependent on others. That is what it is. Like for example, let's just take this example. We all have our favorite teams, maybe soccer, football, whatever sports you love, and we love them, we associate with them, whether it could be because we studied there, or maybe it is because it's from the city, the team is from the city I live in, right? So what happens when we watch a match, when we watch there's something going, a match going on? So think about it. Of course, we are driven by emotions. We feel so happy, super sensuous joy, maybe, like excited when we win, right? When our team wins. And we might feel sad when they lose, right? Sometimes the sadness or the sorrow is there for not just for hours, but for days. That's what I've observed, at least, with some people. So think about it. If I'm able to see the same match as a detached observer, what would happen? And trust me, I'm the enjoyment is not going away. Trust me with that, if that's what comes to your mind. And I'm just sharing from what I experience and what I understand with the spiritual wisdom here. And so the enjoyment will not go away, but I will still be enjoying each and every moment of that game, but not necessarily the emotions. My emotions will be dependent on what's going on in the game. Don't you think it's a amazing state of mind, or amazing stable stage to be in? I feel that it is amazing. It's a wonderful stable stage to be in. when I'm not getting affected by things happening around me, not to the level where I'm taking so much sorrow out of it, or I'm crazy excited about it, or going so happy, about it. So at least my happiness or my sorrow is not dependent on others. So that's the biggest thing I feel we all strive to achieve, because of course no one wants to be unhappy, no one wants to be not peaceful, right? So we all want happiness, we all want peace, and the only way to, I think, maybe achieve that is to not let others drive what we feel, right? So with this understanding, I feel there's so much benefit in practicing being a detached observer. And I hope, and I feel confident that everyone who's listening this would agree to that. What other benefits I could have from practicing detached observer? Any guesses? Feel free to type if there's something in your mind and something going on in your mind. Feel free to share. We'd love to hear from you. So one other thing I feel is that we will be able to better deal with the situations or relationships. We'll be able to have healthy relationships also, because our relationships are also driven by expectations at times. Think about it. If I'm attached to something, would would my love for that person or that relationship, will it be unconditional? It could be mostly driven based on certain expectations or certain conditions, right? And that's why spirituality teaches us that if we are detached, we are loving. You can't be We can't be loving, unconditional loving, without being detached. So it's not one without the other. It has to be both. So we'll be able to love someone unconditionally when we are not attached to them. So, and that's where this tool of practicing being a detached observer helps a lot, in dealing with our day-to-day relationships and our and the situations we deal with every day, with loved ones, with colleagues, with all the people we interact with. So with this understanding and this practice, I would like to invite everyone to, let's go on this journey. Let's together enjoy this journey, and let's go on this journey to experience being a detached observer. Are you guys ready for it? I hope the answer is yes. So let's just sit comfortably. And in this relaxed state of mind, let's just take a couple of minutes to focus on my breathing, as it will help me clear my mind and focus on the things which are important to me. Taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Again, taking a deep breath in and exhaling. Every breath I take in and I exhale, I go into this deeper sense of relaxation and experience this calmness and stillness within me. And in this relaxed and calm state of mind, I let myself fly high, high in the sky, going above and beyond. As I go higher and higher with this amazing consciousness of being a light, I find myself enjoying flying high and high. And as I turn back, from this higher perspective, way above in the skies, I see this beautiful planet Earth. And in this planet, I see myself dealing with the situations, playing my roles. And the more I observe myself from this higher perspective, doing what I do every day, dealing with my loved ones, dealing with my colleagues, I begin to see myself detached from this human experience of mine. I begin to understand that I am much more than what I see in the mirror, that I am detached from my role, my body, my position, my associations. And in this detached state of mind, I again begin the journey going upward and beyond, far from these physical dimensions. As I go above and beyond, I enter this beautiful world of light, where I see the sparkling point of light. And this is where I ask myself, who am I? The more I stay in this beautiful world of lights, I find this thought coming back to me that I am also a point of light, energy, and I begin to experience this being of light which I am. And now that I know that I am this being of light which is full of love, peace, and happiness, I begin my journey back to where I live, and I begin to become aware of my surroundings, the sounds around me, the things around me, the people around me. And I'm back to this human experience of mine, but with a deep experience and understanding that I can experience being detached whenever I want and observe myself doing everything I do here. And with this understanding, I promise myself to practice this more and more. Om Shanti. So we greet Om Shanti here to everyone, and which means I am peace. Okay. So we are peace, we are love, we are happiness. It's everything within us. So with this note, I would like to say bye to everyone and thanks a lot for attending this, and would of course like to welcome everyone to attend everyday evening sessions with the other teachers we have here and other companions, and of course they will be exploring different topics, and hoping you all will find that time and space to enjoy them. So thank you, and stay tuned. Om Shanti. Bye.